Hey everyone, and welcome to the first iteration of the Fit in 5 mini SRA wellness podcast. In this format, we're going to be discussing all manner of health and fitness topics over the course of a few minutes. I've got our virtual performance coach, Jeremy, here with me today, and we're going to be talking about practical mental health maneuvers that help sustain us in a sound headspace. So Jeremy, let's start with you. What is one mental health strategy you like to employ to keep yourself in a good headspace?
Yeah, so when I think practical mental health maneuvers, it sounds a little old-fashioned, but I want to be organized. I need to be organized. It helps me to know what I'm doing, and the best way to do that is to just write things down. Now, I know that we're in a world of technology, and it's advancing at a rate faster than we can imagine, using cell phones, calendars, computers, even our watches at this point, right? But sometimes those things don't stick, whether they malfunction on their own or whether we just kind of simply ignore the reminders. But there's something that you can't ignore, and that's when you write something down. Maybe it's a Post-it, you got that pen and paper, and you place it right there on your computer, you stick it on, and it's permanent.
Yeah, that's a really good strategy, and it's one that I employ myself. I think getting organized is one of the best ways to keep yourself mentally healthy on a day-to-day basis, especially in your work life. I write things down all the time too. Oftentimes I'll have a Post-it note slapped to my keyboard, so it's right there in front of me. I also make a lot of to-do lists, both digitally and handwritten. And I think just like staying organized overall, it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For me, for example, I like to put all my files in properly labeled folders, and it really helps streamline my efficiency when I'm working on things. So that's a really good strategy to employ. My preferred mental health maneuver, I think, is to invest my free time thoughtfully. I always try to carve out an hour or two for myself in each day. And I can spend that time on any activity that's fulfilling to me, really, whether it's getting a workout in or watching a movie or spending time with pets or loved ones. Regardless of how busy my day is, I always want to leave that little bit of time for myself.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, I think it's so important to remember the concept of me time. Right? The time that you give yourself. We go about our days dedicating time to work, our colleagues, our friends, our family, which again, that's great. But when do you have time for yourself? And again, that can come in any form or fashion. So for me personally, I love to make sure, one, I'm getting outside and I'm soaking up some vitamin D, and I'll maybe take my dog for a walk, so she's getting some exercise too. But I'll throw on a podcast and I just allow my headspace to clear out in that time and really just, again, give yourself enough time to just relax and settle in. I love it, Trev.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Jeremy, and thanks for sharing your perspective on that. If you, the viewer, have a particular mental health maneuver that you like to practice on a regular basis that keeps you in a good space, feel free to comment and share it below, or just share your perspective on what we've already discussed here. We'd love to hear from you. But that's going to be it for this iteration of Fit in 5. Until next time, this has been the SRA Wellness Team signing off.
See you guys. Have a good one.